the knowledge needed by any society. The Nebrija model is based on the personalization of education and on high academic standards. Our students learn by doing, are taught in an international environment, and are invited to complete their studies abroad. In addition, they acquire transversal competences that prepare them for a world that is constantly changing. This combination, along with our institution's strong ties to the business world, is the key to our graduates' high employability. Nebrija University is a private, humanistic, and plural institution which has an established background and over 30,000 graduates. Its main activity takes place in the center of Madrid, with several campuses strategically located in emblematic buildings. At Nebrija, we strive to innovate programs and to have the best professors. This effort has been recognized by prestigious rankings. Nebrija's hybrid attendance model represents a true technological, but especially methodological and cultural transformation, which has earned us numerous awards and allows the quality of our teaching to extend outside our classrooms. Our ecosystem of excellence is rounded off by the Antonio de Nebrija Foundation, which focuses on promoting relations between the university and business, the Nebrija residences and their varied offer of housing solutions, the groundbreaking Nebrija Business and Technology School, and the Nebrija Institutes, of which the doyen is the Center for Hispanic Studies, which has taught thousands of students from all over the world to speak our language over the last decades. In short, Nebrija's entire project was founded and is built every day around quality and innovation. We work with determination to be a key player, an engine that transmits our passion for knowledge and undertaking new projects to society.
Okay, welcome everybody. Thank you for joining this webinar that you joined to hear more about the programs in tourism, as it says by the title, Transform the Tourism Industry, Innovative, Intelligent and Sustainable Tourism. And that's brought to you by Nebrija School of Tourism in Madrid. Now we go over to Madrid in just a minute. I will briefly explain to you first some interactive options that we have, as we try to make it as interactive and fun as possible. My name is Luc Mulling. I'm the moderator. And yeah, you can already say where you're logging in from in the chat. So at the right bottom, that's where you can click and let us know where you're logging in from. So great. Yeah, you can already see some people are doing that. Thank you. And without also other options, you can write us your questions at any time. So you can do that through the tab called questions. That's at the right bottom next to the chat. And we will be dealing with the questions at the end. So then I will read them out. For people that are watching the recording, you can also actually write any questions and we can be coming back to them later. Another option we have is I will open up some polling questions to you to get to know some more about you and to get some feedback. And last but not least, at the bottom of the screen, there's a button called React. If you click on that, you can let us know your reaction of choice, if you hear something that you like, or any one of those. So yeah, we like to get those. That's just to make it a bit more interactive and fun for the presenters as well. So do let us know. Great. Yes, thank you. Well, without further ado, let's go over to the presenters. We'll start with Salome. She will introduce herself and the other speakers. Go ahead.
Thank you very much, Luke. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Salome Yousefian. I'm the Director of International Development Department of Nebrija University. It's a great pleasure for me to be here with you, and I will be introducing my first colleague, Professor Leslie Bravo. Leslie is a PhD candidate in tourism intelligence with a master's in data science and big data, passionate about leveraging data to uncover insights and address complex challenges. She's currently developing machine learning models and promoting sustainability in tourism destinations. With over a decade of experience as an economic consultant in tourism and foreign trade, she specializes in tourism analysis, market intelligence, and strategic planning. She also teaches at the Faculty of Economics and Business Studies at Nebrija University, where she manages and coordinates the Masters in Strategic Management of Smart Tourism Destinations. Additionally, she collaborates with the Smart Tour in a research group on project focused on smart destinations management. Thank you very much. Leslie, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Salome, for introducing me to everyone. And thank you for attending and connecting to this webinar. I have my presentation here. It's about Tourism in Transition, Challenge and Pathways to Transformation. I want to start with a question. First, when you look at this image, what do you feel? At first, they might show the excitement of travel, busy streets, famous landmarks, and a perfect shot for Instagram. But looking closer, they also show the downside of tourism, like overcrowded places, and also traffic congestion and maybe air pollution. These things remind us that also the tourism had also downsides like overcrowded places and traffic congestion. Sometimes harm the environment and overwhelm local communities. Does these things challenge us to rethink how we approach travel and tourism in the modern world? The debate is, do costs exceed benefits? Can we do something to reduce cost? First, I want you to show you these results. Is about the economic impact of tourism. As you can see, the tourism industry is a dynamic element of the economic system. It has the power to generate economic activity and employment. In 2023, tourism contribute to more than 9% to the global GDP, with 27 million of new jobs. And I don't know if you know, but Spain is a leader in tourism. Spain ranked second country in the world for tourist arrivals, with more than 85 million tourist arrivals. So we have a lot of experience in this industry. Also, tourism continually demonstrates its strengths and its resilience. As you can see in the graph, over the past decades, tourism has experienced continuous growth, successfully overcoming challenges such as pandemics, terrorist attacks, and financial crises. After reaching record high tourist arrivals in 2019, the outbreak of COVID led to unprecedented consequences for the industry. We didn't know at that time what time it would take us to get back to 2019 levels. But now we can see that after 4 years, or 4 years later, the international tourism is expected to reach 2019 levels by the end of this year, despite economic and geopolitical challenges. As you can see in the graph, it's very interesting because tourism has experienced a V-shaped recovery, characterized by a sharp decline, followed by a rapid rebound. This shaped recovery has been driven by contained demand for travel, the resurgence of domestic tourism, and the reopening of international borders. I don't know if you remember, but everyone wants to go away and everyone wants to travel. So tourists play a vital role in driving global economic recovery. This is very important. Despite post-pandemic growth, the tourism sector still faces challenges. We know that we are facing an increasing globalized and interconnected world, a significant increase in demand worldwide. We have more flights available, an increase in international openness, increasing interest, and also investment in natural and cultural attractions. And we are facing a better informed and more demanding consumer because we know what we want. We want to live different experiences. And also we are facing negative aspects like macroeconomic, geopolitical, and environmental risk, and also global environmental problems such as climate change. And we also have the impact of new digital technologies such as big data and artificial intelligence, among others. But tourism also faces internal challenges because sometimes we associate tourism with low skill and low pay employment. This is not good, but it what happens. And the spatial density of businesses and services are high because there are more demanding services, and business are facing some transformation. So local businesses may face rising rates or be replaced by terms-focused enterprises. And we sometimes focus on quantity tourists, but we should focus on quality tourists. About some social impacts, this increasing demand of tourism make some conflictual coexistence between locals and tourists, because locals may experience reduced quality of life due to traffic, noise, limited access to public spaces, because they think that they have to share services with tourists. So they have some dissatisfactions. And we have, on the other side, the environmental impacts. We know that we have an imminent climate change because of waste generation, high consumption of water, dirtiness, noise pollution, air pollution, traffic congestion, and so on. But I don't just want to show you these impacts because I want to tell you that these impacts can be turned into opportunities. This is very important. We need to integrate solutions that balance economic growth with social and environmental sustainability. We know that before the pandemic, there was already a technological and social transformation affecting all industries, but it was especially visible in the tourism industry. This transformation has been accelerated by the pandemic. We are facing new consumers, new concerns with concerns about sustainability, about climate change, about the respect of the environment. And we are facing new business models, new methods of destination planning. So the tourism model is undergoing a transformation, and we want to be part of this transformation. The main objective is to take advantage of the opportunities generated by these impacts, that is, seeking a more accessible and sustainable tourism aligned with the Sustainable Development Goals and towards zero carbon, relying on more integrated planning, innovation, technologies, digital transformation. We all know all these aspects. They're very important for everyone and for our development. In this scenario, I want to talk about the figure of smart tourism destination because we think it's very essential. It's an essential part of this transformation because you know that destination is the place where tourism activity takes place. So smart tourism destinations aims to address several key challenges faced by tourism industry, such as overcrowding, environmental sustainability, and the need for personalized experience. By integrating advanced technologies like Internet of Things, big data, artificial intelligence, these destinations enhance the efficiency of resources management. So I have to tell you that the Smart Tourism Destination Program is promoted by Spanish Secretary of State for Tourism. So it started, I think, in 2019. And the program is devoted to help make tourism destinations, national and international, this is very important, more competitive and improve the quality of life of their residents by focusing on 5 key areas. These areas are governance, innovation, technology, sustainability, and accessibility. What are the objectives of these actions? First, improve the governance of tourist destinations. We have to think about ecosystem, a tourism ecosystem, because everyone who takes part of the tourism experience, we are talking about organizations, business, consumers, institutions, all the agents have to be involved in policy process or in implementing new policies. So in the decision-making process, they have to be part of. So this is very important for the smart trans destinations. Also to promote the economic, social, and environmental sustainability of tourism, encourage the digital transformation of tourism businesses and destinations, because this network have guidelines to encourage this digital transformation and to promote accessible tourism for all. As you can see in the map, there are destinations that have implemented the smart trans destination diagnosis because they start to be part of the network, and they work on the indicators that make a diagnosis of what is the situation of these destinations and what actions they have to do to achieve this objective. And as you can see, we are working with other countries, and we are going to spread it all over the world. And there are some destinations in Spain, like Barcelona, Bilbao, Benidorm, San Sebastián, Gijón, Málaga, Tenerife Island, and Santander that have achieved this objective. And they have improved some of the very important aspects of destinations, like competitiveness, thanks to a better use of existing tourism resources. They have improved the efficiency of productions and marketing process. They could boost the sustainability development, and they could improve the quality of the stay for visitors as well as quality life of residents. So all of benefits. It was a hard work, but they could reach these improvements. And I want to show you some examples because it's like very hard to visualize the benefits of that. But if we have the basis of technology, the basis of innovation, if we have in our minds the sustainability like a very important issue, we can do things and we can change our world. So these destinations, by integrating digital tools like real-time monitoring system, data analytics, and mobile apps, they can better manage resources, reduce negative impacts, and enhance the visitor experience. By optimizing energy use, waste management, and public transportations, they can encourage sustainability by suggesting the fastest or the least crowded routes or promoting eco-friendly travel options. They can reduce traffic and pollution. And very important, by understanding consumer needs and preference through data collected from tourists by social network platforms, they can shape personalized experience while respecting cultural and environmental boundaries. We have to take into account that consumers now are prosumers because they produce also content. And this is my presentation. I want to conclude saying that tourism as an essential driver of economic activity must be transformed to ensure our prosperity, that a smart trans destination model emerged to successfully face the challenges. It promotes the transformation of territories, and by embracing a more thoughtful and balanced approach, we can ensure that the transformative part of the travel enrich both travelers and the destination they visit for generations to come. The question is, are we ready for this transformation, or do you want to be part of this transformation? Thank you very much to everyone.
Thank you very much, dear Leslie, for your very, very nice presentation and for the insights that you shared with all of us. Okay, now it's Francisco Javier's turn, so I will give some information about his career and about his experience in the tourism field. Professor Dr. Francisco Javier Navarro is professor at the School of Tourism at Nebrija University and director of the Master in Transformation and Data in Hospitality and Tourism. He brings over 20 years of professional experience, and his career spans diverse leadership roles in tourism and consulting firms and includes foundings and leading multiple startups as CEO. Francisco Javier, the floor is yours. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Salome, for your kind presentation and for having me this afternoon. And hello, everybody. I hope you find interesting the hospitality and tourism industry, of course. Yeah, thank you very much. Okay, so Leslie talked about the transformation challenges that hospitality and tourism is facing now and for the coming years. So the question is, are we ready for this transformation? How we get prepared for such a transformation, right? So I want to speak to you about the more in the jobs and training opportunities that you can follow in your next career steps to be prepared for such a transformation. And I want to start, this is our university, this is what you might find when you come to Madrid and start your studies in tourism in Madrid. I want to show you how we were in the 90s, so 1995. These are some figures from the UN, United Nations Tourism, which is one of the most important statistics bodies in the world. And you can see what tourism represented in the 1980s. You can see here how tourism was a highly concentrated industry in the world. You have the Americas, well, more the North Americas. You have, of course, Spain, which has been leading tourism and hospitality for decades. And then you have some, sparse countries like the Philippines or New Zealand. These are the numbers for number of employees per each 1,000 people. So that means that 10 or 25 people employed in tourism or hospitality per 1,000 people in those countries. And now you can see what happened between the 1990s and the 2020s. This is one of the last more updated reports from the UN tourism. As you can see here, we have a totally different landscape. We have an industry that is worldwide extended, not only in Spain and in Europe and the North Americas, but also in South Americas. You have very huge development in the Middle East. You have huge development in the Oceania, right, like Australia. Of course, the southern eastern part of Asia, Japan, and you see Europe, where the tourism phenomena has spread across all the countries. But still, we have some very wide contours, very wide countries, like you see, for example, Africa. Africa is still with a long way to develop, and even some parts of Asia. So this is telling us a very different picture from the 1990s. We have a strong growing industry in the world, a strong source of employment in the world, driven by hospitality and tourism, and a phenomenon that this is, here to stay. This is not a fashion. This is not an industry that is going to stop, even though we have suffered from the pandemics, but a very spread away industry in a very noticeable way, right? For those of you who are thinking about, having my career in this industry, what are the opportunities? What are the numbers in terms of employment? Are there many job opportunities? Are there many people working here? So you can see these are some very, of the main highlights in the employment in the industry in the world. We have around 2.5 new positions being available every second in the world, related to the hospitality and tourism industry. So this is huge, one per each 2.5 seconds. We have the 3% of the total global workforce being employed in the hospitality and tourism. And that represents, you have ended up, that represents more than 300 million individuals in the whole world by 2023. Of course, we have been even growing more from the 23 to 24. So maybe this is already around the 330 million people by the end of 2024. So I think we are talking about a very, big sector worldwide in terms of employment and jobs opportunity. And I think it's a very good decision for you if you are trying to focus your next career steps in this sector. But keep in mind that the tourism is also a very highly complex sector, okay? So we have many different types of economic activity that we call hospitality and tourism. We have the tour operators kind of activities. These are the people, that helps tourists to make a decision on where to go, when to go, how to go. I mean, this is, of course, a self-independent industry. The people planning or helping you to plan your travel. We have all the transportation sector, also part of the tourism. Transportation is, of course, airlines, is taxis in the cities, is maritime transportation, land transportation. So this is also a huge part of the tourism industry. Of course, we have the accommodation side of the tourism, not only hotels, but also the Airbnbs and all these more type of individual lodging in the cities and in the countries. We have the food and beverage sector. I mean, these are the people that give you, the food and in the restaurants, give you the more culinary kind of experience while you are traveling. We have the attractions and activities, and these are the places that you love to visit. This is the heritage. These are the museums and all these kind of interesting places that you love to visit when you visit a place. And of course, you have the support services. This is many times forgotten, but it is a highly important area of tourism. These are the people that provide you with the technology, provide you with the financials, provide you with any kind of support that you need to make travel happen. And apart from these 6 very heavy, very important, economically speaking, in sectors, we have destinations. Destinations are the places like the ones that my colleague Leslie talked about. Destinations are cities, are countries, are regions, and they are very aware that they have to plan and put some kind of order in all these kind of activities in order to make they function in the appropriate way, right? So this is just to give you an idea of how complex, how interesting is tourism, and how many opportunities, depending on, of course, in your likes or your backgrounds, that you can choose between them, right? And of course, if you have difficulties in trying to choose one of these sectors, you will also you will also have difficulty trying to choose your profile, because you have plenty of opportunities in different type of profiles. This is my own summary, my own perspective from my day-to-day experience with employers in the hospitality and tourism sector. They are demanding a lot of people with very good soft skills. So anybody with leadership skills, with multilingual abilities, being able to work in international teams, in virtual and physical worlds, they are highly demanded people. Of course, we have all these new profiles related to the digital business, the digital platforms, the digital marketing. Everything has become digital in tourism and hospitality. So you will find a lot of demand in terms of jobs for everybody having a focus on the digital side of things, right? Of course, as my colleague Leslie said, we have a strong tsunami coming from the AI and the technology side. Tourism is no longer a traditional sector as they used to be, but it's a heavily technology-driven sector, and AI-driven sector too. So people in the companies are, every day calling to the university, trying to find people who has a specialization in AI, in data management, data analytics, and technology. So this is a good call to action for you, for all of you. Of course, tourism is about experiences, and hotels, tour operators, attractions are willing to know people with experience design capabilities. So if you like this area of the tourism, it will be a very, very good opportunity for you. Sustainability, of course, is one of also the main topics. It has been in the last years. It will continue to be in the coming years. Companies and destinations in tourism are focusing heavily on the green side and the eco-friendly kind of business model. So they need people with sustainability mindset and how to make companies, follow a sustainability pathway. Destination managers, there's plenty of opportunities for destination managers, people that have an holistic way of thinking, how to integrate technology with experiences, with sustainability, and how to make destinations more and more competitive, right? So you will find opportunities across the world in terms of destinations. And of course, tourism is also, a fantastic field for entrepreneurs. Tourism is highly innovative. There is plenty of opportunities for new kind of products, services, experiences. And so if you think you are an entrepreneurial-minded student, I think you are also in the right sector for the next decade at least, right? So I just can say that you need to be cautious about how you prepare your tourism industry career. As you say, as we have seen, we have plenty of opportunities, plenty of complexity. So you need a good partner for this. You need a partner, an educational institution as a strategic partner for you that has a plenty of knowledge about how to give you the basic knowledge, the basic skills that you need through your undergraduate studies, your bachelor degree. Of course, across your career, you're going to need more and more professional specialization. So you will need to find good institutions that give you specialized certifications and accreditations. Of course, sometime in your life across the tourism, you will need a master degree. Of course, my colleague Salome will speak about this portfolio of the Nebrija University. And if you are more on the academic or teaching or consulting side, there is also, of course, plenty of opportunities to continue with your PhD or doctoral studies. So, take your time on your decision. Be careful about your partner, your educational partner, and of course, Nebrija. I cannot say the other way, but this is an excellent partner for your path, right? Just to wrap up some takeaways, as we have seen, hospitality and tourism is a global sector with plenty of growth opportunities, both in the professional and personal sides. It's driven very heavily by constant innovation. This opens a lot of opportunities for entrepreneurs and entrepreneurial-minded people. It's no longer that traditional industry for the all perspective of people, putting a beverage on your table or making tidying up your room is no longer only that part of the experience. It's a highly customer experience driven sector. It's a cutting edge technology driven sector. It's a data and highly innovative sector. So companies around the world in the hospitality and tourism industry will open their arms if you come with this kind of the skills and knowledge. Of course, there is an urgent need for undergraduate and graduate talent at the moment, but you need to, offer the companies what they are demanding. They are demanding very cross-disciplinary people with holistic way to understand tourism, how to integrate the pieces of the puzzle with entrepreneurial skills, with desire for professional growth, for innovation. These are, from my experience and my perspective, the kind of skills most demanded at the time by employers. And of course, I cannot say differently. Nebrija is a very strong academic partner for you. It's a very, very good choice, not only because of academics and because we cover the full career path in the industry, but also because we are located in Madrid. And Madrid is, a global example of tourism success. We keep the best relationships with the industry. It's a vibrant and very welcoming environment for international students, and I only can recommend that. Thank you very much.
Javier, I need to confess something. I will register myself to one of the masters in tourism tomorrow morning, I promise, because
You are
have a
welcome.
huge ability to make us believe in the interesting field of tourism, as well as Leslie, of course. Thank you very much to both of you. Okay, so now that I have approximately 10 to 12 minutes, I would like to give you also some insights about Nebrija University itself, and that the programs related to the tourism department, as my very dear colleagues Leslie and Javier mentioned. Nebrija University, as you may know, is a private university with more than 35 years old. We are in the center of Madrid, and we have different campuses in Madrid and outside Madrid that I will talk about it very briefly later. Important thing about the rankings and recognitions. According to QS Stars International ranking, we have 5 stars in teaching, employability, internationalization, online teaching, and inclusiveness. So as you may see, one of the most important, let's say, pillars of the stars that we have received from the QS stars is teaching. So Leslie, Javier, thank you for that. According to U ranking 2022, we are the second university in teaching among Spanish universities. And according to Forbes, normally we are from the first to fifth university among the best private universities. One of the most important things that Leslie and Javier mentioned was the employability, the relationship between the academy and the related sectors. It means the companies, institutions, and so on. So one of the most important pillars of the university is the employability. That's why, as you can see here, 91% of the undergraduate students enter the labor market within 6 months after finalizing their undergraduate studies, and this percentage increases to 93% for the postgraduate programs. We think that one of the reasons of this success is because we implement the employability, the internships, and as my colleagues mentioned, this relationship between the academy and the sector helps the students to get their position and to get to know how the labor market works from the very first year of their studies. As I mentioned before, we are based in Madrid. You know that Madrid is one of the most safest cities in Europe I could say, in the world as well. Apart from that, it has become in the past years the hub of universities in Spain. Also, you can see the combination, talking about tourism, you can see the combination of modernism, history, architecture. You have a variety of entertainment, restaurants, because I'm a fat woman, so I always think about food and other type of entertainments that you can find in Madrid. Apart from that, the Madrid is very good, let's say, located in Spain, so you can have different excursions and uh, small trips among Spain, but also in Europe as well. We have four campuses in Madrid, but apart from that, as we work with the five continents, so we have four, let's say, administrative and academic support offices in Latin America. Two of them are in Colombia, one in Peru, one in Ecuador. Also, Nebrija started its activities with Spanish language teaching. That's why we have, let's say, conserved the spirit of Spanish language teaching and culture as well. So we have Nebrija institutes for the Spanish courses in China and Indonesia, but also we have some hybrid centers for classroom based on campus and online programs in Italy, Greece, Morocco, and Brazil. Okay, let's concrete about the programs. This is the structure of the schools that we have. We have the School of Languages and Education, School of Communication and Arts, School of Law and International Relations, Higher Polytechnic School, School of Life and Natural Sciences, and the Center for Hispanic Studies for the Spanish programs. But attention, please, because the most beautiful color in all this structure is the School of Economics and Business. My dear Leslie and Javier belong to the Department of Tourism, which belongs to School of Economics and Business. Okay, let's see. After on, we will see about the programs, but my colleagues mentioned, I will just pass by. It's very important to know that the tourism at Nebrija University has a very, very long history, because as I mentioned, we have 35 years of experience, and one of the first programs that we started offering in this field was tourism as well. So this is an important indicator. The most solid programs in tourism started from Nebrija University, and very important, the first PhD program in tourism was delivered in 2009 at Nebrija University. Apart from that, this beautiful lady and this very elegant gentleman, which belong to the tourism department, are located in the heart of Madrid. If you know Plaza de España, Spain Square, it's literally 6 minutes by walk with heels, with your coat, raining, and so on, from the heart of Madrid. So this is very important to know that the location is very, very well as well. Besides that, the faculty, or the, let's say, the School of Tourism is makes difference among all the tourism departments of all the universities, because of what Javier and Leslie mentioned about the implementation of digitalization, sustainability, experience, innovation, and technology. Leslie mentioned that nowadays tourism has been digitalized and everything is very digital in tourism. Let's mention that if we, let's say, get away from digitalization in our lives in 2024, we will be completely stopped. So that's why we have them implemented in our bachelor's and master's programs. Apart from that, and very important, because this is a university, and of course, we encourage our students to research and to improve their, let's say, knowledge and their studies in a transversal way. So it's important to mention that we have a Nebrija research group which studies about intelligence and innovation. This research group is called Smart Tour In, and has a very good relationship and be, in a way, academically speaking, associated to Telefónica Nebrija Chair, which is an association that gives um, support in education and research. Okay, so we have a very good bachelor's degree in tourism management, 4 years, 240 ECTS, which are European credits. The beautiful information about it is that you can do it in English, but also if you're interested, you can do it in Spanish as well. So you have this possibility. If you want to do just a bachelor's degree in tourism, then you do it in 4 years, 240 ECTS. But also, you can do a double degree, which means two diplomas at the same time in 5 years. In this case, you can do tourism plus marketing, business creation, administration, and management plus tourism, business analytics plus tourism, tourism plus corporate communication protocol, and event organization. In that case, you do two programs, 5 years, and after 5 years, you will receive two diplomas at the same time. About our master's degrees, we have two innovative and, let's say, different master's programs, which are delivered again in Spanish and English. The first one is the master's degree in transformation and applied data in tourism. Excuse me, which offers different disciplines and expertise in the field of tourism. And as an example, I can just say we have in the curriculum the introduction to data science and transformation in tourism, statistical and computational fundamentals applied to tourism management, agile management of transformation, applications of geographical intelligence, and analytical methods, and so on. The other program that we offer also in Spanish and English is strategic management of smart tourism destinations, also delivered, as I said, in Spanish and English, and with different corporations, with different national and international associations, both of the masters. And some fields that you can get during this master is principles of smart tourism destinations, innovation and transformation in the tourism industry, governance, as Leslie mentioned, strategies for smart tourism destinations, advanced technologies, and so on. Okay, so apart from the bachelor program and the two master's programs that we offer in English, also, as I mentioned, we have an inter-university doctorate in tourism, a research group, and our cooperation with Telefónica Nebrija Chair in tourism intelligence. Now, okay. Just a very, let's say, fast insight about the differentials of the bachelors. We have, as Leslie mentioned, the content adapted to tourism ecosystem, governance, digital and ecological transition, tourism intelligence, technology and data-driven transformation, customer orientation and experience design, which is very important nowadays, and hotel management. Also, we help students to create, to manage, and to direct a tourism company. Both Leslie and Javier asked all of us what are our dreams if we want to work in the tourism field. So it's very important to mention that as well. Also, as we have been insisting about the approach in the practical way, so let's talk about the Harvard Business Publishing education, which gives us this possibility to have academics visits and simulators that help us go to the practical field about the lab challenges subjects that work with companies in the sector, and also the internships that we have been talking about very much. Well, all the three programs, the bachelor's and the two masters, are delivered in English. But good news, if you want to do the program, the bachelor program in English, also you have the possibility to learn other languages such as German and French during your studies with the help of the applied mother, the mother languages that we have. I have already mentioned about the insights of the both masters, but very, very important, the memberships that we have. We are a very good member of the ONU Tourism, affiliate to the member of a United Nations Organization in Tourism, and also we are affiliated to Redin Tour, which is the industry that postgraduate networks in tourism. Very important as well. Apart from that, as I mentioned, for the research lines, we count on the Cátedra Telefónica for collaborations in education and research. Just a very small insight about the PhD program in tourism, which is an inter-university program. The students have the possibilities to research about planning and management of tourist destinations, economic analysis of the tourism sector, management and innovation in tourism organizations, tourism and heritage, and so on. Okay, important stuff. For the bachelor's programs from the third year, the students have the possibility to do an international stay with one of the more than 400 agreements that we have with different universities abroad. This is very important. They can do one semester or an academic year, and they can do it with Erasmus, exchange, or study abroad agreements. Also, in the master's program, both of them, the students have the possibility to do an international week, online cooperations, a study abroad program, again with the best universities that we have cooperation with in the field of tourism. Previously, we talked about why Nebrija. Well, I think with all the, let's say, modesty that Leslie and Javier convinced all of us why we should study tourism, first of all, but also why Nebrija University would be a good destination in order to follow our touristic dreams. One of them, as we mentioned, is because of the employability. But what we didn't mention is that in the bachelor's and the master's, the internships are mandatory. 100% of our students do their internships, and we have more than 12,000 agreements so our students can do their internships inside and outside Spain. You are interested in doing your internships in a tourism, let's say, sector, for example, a very important hotel in New York, you can do it. You want to do your internships in Istanbul, you can do it. The variety is very vast. Another very important thing, you may have felt this, let's say, sympathy that we receive from our professors. Here we have very good examples. That's because this is a private university. We pay attention to the personalized attention for each student, but also our groups are small. There is a close relationship between the professor and the students, and the professors are available for the students for different doubts, academic doubts, if they need some tutorials, if they need extra support, if they need like a connection to see the connection between the professional field and the theory, the professors are available for them. Is that true, Javier and Leslie? I think it's true, right? Then the internationalization, apart from having students from more than 47 different nationalities, it's very important to point out that the content that we offer in our bachelor and master's programs, as Leslie and Javier mentioned, are international as well. So if you are from Mexico, if you are from Japan, if you are from Iran, if you are from India, you come to Spain to do a bachelor's and master's, but your, let's say, hope and dream and aim is to go back to your country and serve your country, you can go back to your country with an international content. So we help students to think globally but act locally as well. And of course, we can point out the pedagogical innovation. So if all of students do, let's say, take the theory to the practice, learning by doing. Here you can see some different companies that we work in different sectors. In the tourism sector, that we will see some other companies later on. But here you have the Deloitte, uh, which is internationally famous, and our tourism students can do their internships there. Well, talking about the accommodation, if you want to do a program 100% on campus, then we have four buildings in 475 shared and private rooms, among Madrid, with different facilities such as the chill out, for example, the TV room, the gym, cafeteria, and so on. So, apart from studying, you can also have fun and enjoy your student life. For the admission process, students that you will have specific questions. I'm out of time. They can
Mhm.
email us and we will be more than happy to help them with that. Thank you very much. And we hope to see you very soon around. Thank you.
Great. Thank you very much, Salome, and also Francisco and Leslie, of course, already for your presentations. Yeah, let's go quickly already to the Q&A. We have some minutes left, so let's make sure we answer some of the questions. Just quick one is that for people that watch the recording, you can also write your questions still, and you can also answer the polling questions and participate in all the interactive options. Regarding questions, of course, we cannot answer them right now, but we will be sending them through to the staff of Nebrija. Okay, so let's go to the questions that we received. Noor, if I say that right, had a question. As you want to study outside of Lebanon, what is needed to study with you? Well, I guess that probably has been answered because of the requirements. I guess that Salome was going over. I don't know if you want some to add something there, Salome,
Well,
or you think
depending
that's okay.
on if we are talking about a bachelor's or a master's program, the documents could be different, but also we need, in case of bachelor program, the high school diploma and the grades. In case of master's, we need the bachelor program diploma title and the grades. Although about all the process and interview and the admission points that are important for us. If it's okay for you, Luke, we can send an email to the student and give the whole explanation. Okay,
Yeah, of course. And
perfect.
also maybe good to mention, yeah, by the way, I see that Nora wrote bachelor's. It is about the bachelor's. I also, we have a link available. I will actually put it on the screen as we have a link about the admission test, but also the application. So I'm going to share that now on here. So now you see on the screen a link towards the application site. I think that's a useful one to know. Click on that and it will open up. You can then read about it right after the webinar and to see all the requirements. There are more links under apps links, by the way, also about the bachelor's and the master's. All right, Peter has another question. Do I need a visa from the UK?
You don't need a visa from UK. You can hear with 3 months in advance for the admission process. If you want to change your, let's say, tourism status to student status, you can do it once you are here in Spain. But it's very important to be here with 3 months in advance before starting your program. Okay, the whole process of the student card that you need, you can do it from here. You can apply from here.
Good.
Sorry, just one thing. We work with different offices, with lawyers, and also offices that help our students in the whole visa process. So we give them all the information about that as well with the foreign policy. Okay.
Okay. Hope that answered that. Thank you. Next question we got from Aladdin. Do you help with the jobs?
If we find job for students, we don't. But I think the three of us mentioned that the students do internships in different institutions, and also we have a professional career department that helps the students to find their internships in that department. Also, if there are any new offers and so on, we let's say we connect the job offers with the students so they can have the possibility to do the interviews or to get more informed about the vacancy. But to find the job exactly for the student, no, because what we try to do is to improve the knowledge and to make the connection with the sector, and then the students will have the enough skills and possibilities to be positioned in the job market.
Great. Okay, thank you. Question from
Uh,
Alena. Oh, sorry, Leslie, you want to add something?
Sorry, yes, I want to add something. You have to know that we have a good relationship, as Salome told you, and also Francisco, that we have a good relationship with Terence Enterprises and with institutions. So sometimes they ask us um, about talent and about some students that can participate in their projects. So we obviously always take into account all our students. So if we see an opportunity in an enterprise or in an institutions, we take into account our students. So we have a special relationship with them, and if this a special offer, job offer, or special project that where they can participate, so they know and we communicate them. So it's like win to win, because we want our students to be working in a good um, enterprise or in a good institution. So we will seek for opportunities for them always in an informal way, because we have our internships, but we help them if we can. Thank you.
Great, thank you, Leslie. That's very useful to know, I'm sure. Thanks for that addition. Next question from Alena. Well, she's saying thanks to all the speakers for the presentation. Are there any grants to cut the tuition fees?
Yes, why not? We need the grades of the students. We need their diplomas. If they have any, let's say, award or anything additional to their application, they will send it to us. And for our international students, we have different grants and different scholarships according to different factors, but we'll always study about it and we'll help the students to be able to do their studies. So yeah, the answer is yes.
Great, good. That is for sure appreciated. Well, I see already some feedback, so some thumbs up, so that's good. Next question from Zineb. Can I stay and work after studies?
A very let's say good news about this term is that the foreign policy in Spain has changed. So the students in the bachelor terms, they have about 3 months after finalizing their studies to find a job. And as Leslie mentioned, in the tourism department, we help them to approach to the sector. And for the master's students, actually, after doing their master's, they can start working in the sector. And both ways, for bachelor's and master's students, they need to change their student residency to the job residency. This is not a problem. Once they have their contract, it's like a 2 or 3 months process, but it can be done. And of course, they can stay here as a worker and have a job legally and without any problem.
Okay, that is good to hear. Thank you very much. And let's see, I don't see any further questions. And no, those were already answered. So those were the questions we've received so far. And I think hopefully then all is clear. We do have a minute if there's any other questions still. Do let us know. Otherwise, yeah, by all means, check out the links as well. So under apps at the bottom and click on links, you'll find some links to the admission test, also to the Bachelor separate and the Master website, and also the application website where you find the information. So there you can find more after the webinar. But hopefully most has been answered. And then I think if there are no further questions, we can slowly round off the session. From my side, I would like to thank everyone for joining. Well, first of all, the audience, of course, that's what we do it for. Thanks everyone for having joined. We saw people from all over the globe, I think, joining in. I saw Germany, US, I saw Haiti, I saw Malaysia, UK, a lot of different countries. Morocco, I see, joined. So yeah, a lot of different countries joined. So maybe you become classmates in next year, who knows? And thanks, of course, Francisco, Leslie, and Salome, all of you for your time and also your very insightful presentations. Maybe last word over to one of you, I don't know, Salome, to wrap up the session.
Leslie, Francisco.
Well, I
Go
said
ahead.
already, it's a sector that is growing very rapidly with huge opportunities to build a successful career. Of course, you have to get the knowledge, you have to get the skills, but as I said in my presentation, I think Nebrija is an excellent partner to accompany you throughout this process. So be confident, make the questions to Salome and her team. And of course, we will be more than happy to see you next year in Madrid.
Great. Well, thank you. Thank you, everybody, and have a good day for now. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Luke. Bye-bye. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very
Bye-bye.
much.
Good day.
Bye. Bye.